Hey everybody, it's Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk, and welcome to the third episode of the Wednesday Night War series that I started. Yes, that is episode 3. If you want my thoughts about the NXT and AEW shows from the past couple weeks, please go check those videos out. There'll be a playlist that I just started. Now, let's go and talk about this week. So I'll start AEW first, and then we'll move on to NXT, and I'll give you my quick thoughts about both shows and what I thought overall was the better show for at least this week, in my opinion. So AEW starting off, we had SCU taking on the Best Friends in the Championship Tournament to crown the first ever AEW World Tag Team Champions. So we got the next round match. SCU went to come out, which was Daniels and Kazarian. Until Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Phoenix came out and attacked them. They assault Christopher Daniels to the point where he could not continue. He was taken on a stretcher board. You see Scorpio Sky come out, checking on Kazarian. He's alright, but a little banged up. But Daniels took a package pile driver through the stage, or the ramp, so he couldn't make it. So Scorpio Sky offered to replace Daniels, so it was Frankie Kazarian and Daniels, or Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky representing SCU, taking on the Best Friends, Chucky T and Beretta. I thought the match was very good. I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. There definitely were some sloppy moments. I would say, though, the crowd was great. I've always loved Philadelphia. In terms of a wrestling crowd, they're always red hot. There was a moment where Chucky T took off Scorpio Sky's shoe, and he started biting his foot. And the crowd started chanting, "He's got one shoe, he's got one shoe." That's just hilarious. I thought that's just fun. That's just fun. That's just hilarious. But at the end of the day, Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian end up winning with this. I couldn't tell if it was a botch, but it looked like was it like a powerbomb drive-by kick or something like that? I don't even remember the maneuver. It was weird. It felt a little botchy. I don't know if that was intended. I don't know. Something felt off about it. But either way, SCU won, so they end up advancing the tournament. So yeah, that's about it. I thought it was a very good opener. Very solid opener of a tag team match. Then we get a promo package hyping up. Oh no! Wait, no, that's not yet. No, not yet. Next we get another tag team match. Santana Ortiz, the newest members of the Inner Circle, taking on two local talent wrestlers. Pretty much squashed them, beat them up. After the match, Jericho popped out a Titantron saying that Ortiz and Ortiz and Santana want to challenge the Young Bucks to a match at Full Gear, and that was basically it for that. So it looks like we're getting Santana Ortiz versus Young Bucks. I think that's going to be a very good match. It could be even a great match. So that's going to be very intriguing to see what happens with that. Next, we get the Women's Championship. Britt Baker challenging Riho for the Women's Championship, AEW Women's World Championship. I got a lot of conflicting people on this match. I have a lot of people saying this match was great. I have a lot of people saying this match sucked. I thought a lot of people saying that this was just okay. Some people saying it was like 5-star class. I've gained so many different reports on this one. It's like Dakota Kai versus Bianca Belair from last week. But just like that match, I think that match is overrated. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's a 5-star class. It was awesome." You have people at Deluxe saying this was an awesome match, and I'm sitting here going, either I must be missing something, or Deluxe is just on drugs or something. Because I honestly watched the match. It was not a bad match. It's something felt off about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was Riho. I don't know if it was Britt Baker. I don't know what it is, but something about this match just wasn't clicking. I mean, the crowd was into it at least, but no, you could tell the crowd wasn't into it as much as the other matches they're on. But yeah, something about this match just felt off. I don't know what it was. just a lot of grappling, but it felt like they were like struggling a bit. I don't know what it was. It was all right, but something was definitely off about it. I don't know what it was. But Riho ended up picking up the victory, retaining her championship, and that's really all I can really say. So there's that. Then I believe we get the Cody Rhodes package. This video package was awesome. I loved it. Doing the whole build up of Cody, getting ready for his title match against Chris Jericho. It's like a 3-4 minute video package, but it was done well. Almost like a documentary style, but they did an awesome job. This is what they need to do for the other members of the roster. For guys like Darby Allin. For guys like Joey Janela. For guys like Kenny Omega. For guys like MJF. For guys like Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. This is what we need. We need more stuff like this. Because at the end of the day, even though I might know a lot of these guys, most casual viewers watching will not know who these guys are, and you need to build them up. So, video packages like this is what you need. You need to tell stories with your wrestlers. They did an awesome job. That promo package is exactly what AEW needs to do moving forward. Stuff like that. Doesn't have to be as long as that, but they definitely need at least sprinkle in a couple of those. Maybe a few backstage interviews, stuff like that. Getting us invested in some of these other wrestlers and characters. So this was well done. So I really appreciate that. Next we get the Jurassic Express taking on the Lucha Brothers in another round for the tag team tournament. Originally this was supposed to be Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, but unfortunately Luchasaurus, I guess, got injured. Fuck, I know. Having Luchasaurus and Phoenix there versus, or Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy against the Lucha Brothers, I think that match would have been excellent. But we have Marco Stunt. I cannot speak today. Take his place. And honestly, this match was very fun to watch. I don't think this was the best tag team match I've ever seen, but this was definitely entertaining. It was great. It was fast paced. There were some near falls. And the crowd got behind Marco Stunt by the end of the match. They were behind him. So, Lucha Brothers win. I don't really have any issues with this match. I mean, the only downside I kind of just wish it was Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy originally. I think that match would have been a lot better, but for what they did with Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy, they did an awesome job. They held their own against the Lucha Brothers, but Lucha Brothers end up advancing. So, starting next week, it will be the Lucha Brothers taking on Private Party. Fuck, that sounds awesome. And then we got SCU taking on the Dark Order. 50-50 on that one. But so we'll have the semifinals next week for the AEW Tag Team Championships, and then October 30th we will crown our very first Tag Team Champions. So that's going to be something to look forward to. I don't know if there was any other interviews. Yeah, I don't think there was. So I believe it was next. It was Jon Moxley and Pac take on Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. The amount of star power in this match is unreal. This was a great match. Another great tag team match. Really fun. I love the storytelling. The minute Omega and Moxley started touching hands, or pretty much getting physical with one another, the crowd was in and out. They were getting pumped. It was exciting. Basically, Moxley and Omega, when they were the legal men, were getting tagged in and stuff like that, and they were beating the crap out of each other. And Moxley goes out of the ring, gets a barbed wire broomstick and a baseball bat. Barbed wire baseball bat. No, I'm sorry. Omega gets the barbed wire broom, and Moxley gets the bat. And they are about to hit each other with weapons, and looks like Moxley's about to attack Omega with the barbed wire bat. Until Pac comes in, throws the weapons out of the ring, and I like this continuity, because remember, wins and losses matter here. So Pac is screaming at Moxley like, "What are you doing, you stupid? You talking, we're going to get disqualified, we're going to lose." And Moxley just went, whatever, flips him off, dirty deeds, and then walks out and just leaves his partner dry. And that gives Hangman Page and Omega the win. They end up paying Pac in this tag team match. And now it's set for next week is Jon Moxley versus Pac. That should be fun. So I like the little story detail in there, how they're treating this like wins and losses matter. Because in reality, if wins and losses matter, you want to get enough victories as possible. So it would make sense you want to try to get a victory and not get DQ'd. I like that continuity. Thank you for that. Something to be sorely lacking. Then we get the main event. We got Darby Allin versus Chris Jericho, Philadelphia Street Fight. I've seen way better street fights. I thought this match was very good. The only problem I had with this match, and I think a lot of people call into this, especially Philadelphia call into this, this really did anger me. So this is something I have to shit on AEW for. It's a Philadelphia street fight. There's no counts or disqualifications. Why the fuck are there rope breaks? This happened at least 3 or 4 different times. They get to a rope and they have to break it. It's like, what are you going to do? DQ them? Is this a shot? What is this? The minute you grabbed the rope and they were like, let go of the rope and count. I'm like, what are you doing? It's a street fight. And the crowd was even changed. It's a street fight. I like how some people on YouTube don't even know a fucking street fight. Like, really? You don't know how basic rules of street fight are? Are there rope breaks in street fights? Maybe, yeah, totally. Go watch CM Punk and Chris Jericho at Extreme Rules of 2012 when they had Chicago Street Fight. I hate that. I hate to have to be rope breaks in a street fight. It nearly ruined the match for me. It was a good match, but I'm sorry, those rope breaks really got on my nerve. Especially after the Hell in a Cell bullshit we got. I was even more angry. I was angrier than it had any right to be. It was just annoying. It didn't make any sense. By the end of it, it was a very good match. Darby Allin was about to go for a coffin drop, and Jake Hager came in and punched Darby Allin, which gave Jericho the opportunity to lock in the Lion Tamer and win by submission. And then all the other members of the Inner Circle came in. They started grabbing some champagne, as Jericho liked to say, and have a little bit of the bubbly. And the show went off here. So I thought AEW was a very good show nonetheless. I thought it was a great show. I don't know if it was better than last week. I had to really check on that. But the 2 biggest problems is, one, I do want more promos and storytelling like they did with that Cody Rhodes. I thought that was awesome, but they need to do more of that. And then, of course, the rope break stuff really, like, come on, that's just stupid. That's wrestling 101. And match with no DQ, there's no fucking rope breaks. An infant knows that. So that really got into my nerves a bit. So I'm not going to lie on that part. Now I'm going to need my laptop here because a lot of stuff here for NXT. So, apologize for the laptop. So NXT. Ciampa defeated Angel Garza. Honestly, this match was very disappointing. Angel Garza is a really talented guy, and Ciampa is a great wrestler as well. I didn't expect this match to be like 15, 20 minutes long, but I expected maybe at least 10 minutes. I think it was like a 3-4 minute match. Ciampa pretty much destroyed Angel. So it was a real letdown, but Ciampa ended up getting a victory with the draping DDT, and that's about it. So Ciampa's officially back, and he looks like he hasn't missed a beat, so I'm glad he's back. Next, we have Undisputed Era coming out after the match. Hand a flash drive to the commentators. Tell them to play that. And when they get back from commercial, it shows on a flash drive, it's a video of the Undisputed Era pretty much beat the crap out of Velveteen Dream, who was scheduled to have a North American Championship match against Roderick Strong next week on NXT. He got beaten down, and therefore William Regal decides, okay, Keith Lee versus Dante Dijakovic later on tonight will be a number 1 contenders match where the winner will fight Roderick Strong next week for the North American Championship. There you go. Next we have Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel. Imperium taking on Owen Lorcan and Danny Burch. This match was 10-minute match at most. It wasn't anything groundbreaking. I thought it was fine for what it was. Eichner and Barcel end up getting the victory. Again, that was a fine match that they did. Nothing really. It wasn't really anything special. Really, just Imperium got the victory here. We got backstage interview about Johnny Gargano about being asked about Ciampa, and basically Gargano just says, "I'm not too sure." I mean, on one hand, I'm glad he's back, but on the other hand, he and I have had problems. We have unfinished business, so he doesn't know how to feel about it. And he'd rather find out face to face. So it looks like maybe a confrontation next week with Gargano and Ciampa. I'm not too sure where that's going, but we'll see what happens. Next, we have Io Shirai taking on Kaden Carter. Again, a basic 3-minute match. Io ends up winning. That's about it. Io on me looks hella hot now. Just saying. But yeah, Io got the win. She gets on a mic saying that she wants a shot against Shayna Baszler. And Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair are going to have to step aside until Rhea Ripley comes out. Gets a mic and says, "Look, I already got a match with Bianca Belair next week, but if you ever spew my name out again, I got no problem letting you out next." And Io, they look like they're teasing a fight, and Io just backs off. So maybe it looks like they're teasing that match. I don't know what that's going to lead to. Because we know we've got Rhea Ripley taking out Bianca Belair next week. After this, I figured they were going to do a triple threat, maybe no one contenders match, but then turn until later on. I might have an idea now what they could do. But Io won, that's basically it. I mean, it was just there. Next, we get Keith Lee versus Donta Dijakovic in the rubber match, where the winner would receive a North American Championship match next week against Roderick Strong. I would say this. This is by far the weakest of their matches. I thought their other matches were far superior, but the crowd still ate up. Keith Lee doing a poison run, a reverse hurricanrana, I thought was great. Both men showing their selective power. Looked like Keith Lee was going to win until Roderick Strong got involved, and he flat out just, in the match, no contest. And then Roderick Strong, of course, being the heel that he is, the cliche, like, "I took out both guys, so I have no challenger." Regal came out and said, basically, "Congratulations, Roderick Strong. That was a smart move." However, it wasn't smart enough, because now you have to defend the championship against Keith Lee and Donta Dijakovic in a triple threat match. So, Keith Lee, Donta Dijakovic, and Roderick Strong next week. Strap in, because I think we're in for a fucking wild ride on that one. So that's going to be an awesome match. Next, we have Matt Riddle taking on Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed was part of the breakout tournament. A very short match, another 3-4 minute match, but they stiffed each other. Bronson Reed held his own against Matt Riddle, so I'm very surprised the match, even though it was very short, it was definitely impactful. I was never bored by it, and Matt Riddle ended up getting the victory, which was fine. I didn't mind this match. I thought it was good. I kind of wanted a little bit more, though. That's my only gripe. Next, we have Tegan Nox. The returning Tegan Nox, she suffered, I think it was an ACL injury. Last year, during the Mae Young Classic, and she's been out since. So she's back now. She took on Tainara. Basically, this match wasn't really anything special, but Tegan Nox ended up winning. It was great. Dakota Kai ends up coming out with Tegan Nox to celebrate because they're best friends. Out comes Shayna Baszler, basically saying, "Let me guess, Tegan, you're going to want a championship match 2 against me." Well, look, you have done nothing to get a championship match. Why should I give you time? You've done nothing. As a matter of fact, you don't have many limbs left for me to break if I want to. You've got good heel heat, and Shayna Baszler's just walked in the back. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. But Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair next week, it kind of just throws everything out the window. Because my original plan, after this, I thought they were going to set up a triple threat. Then Tegan Nox came out and looked like they were challenging Shayna Baszler. So, I thought they were going to do Tegan Nox, Ripley, Io Shirai, and Bianca Belair, where the winner would fight Shayna Baszler next, possibly War Games. But I guess they're not doing that yet, so I don't know what they're doing. But honestly, they're going to keep Tegan Nox in the storyline with the championship. So They either get built Tegan Nox up a little bit. But again, the match wasn't really anything special, but Tegan Nox did get the victory. Then we get a promo package for Finn Balor, because he will officially return next week on NXT, so he will be wrestling. So we'll see what happens with Finn Balor. Killian Day did defeat Boa. It was basically a squash match. Killian Day just destroyed Boa, and that's about it. Well, I don't know what they're doing with Killian Day, so we'll wait and see. Next we get Damian Priest taking on Pete Dunne. This was the main event, which I was quite surprised. I figured this would be one of the bigger matches, but I didn't expect it to be the main event. But after the finish with Donovan Dijakovic, Keith Lee, I am not surprised. And Damian Priest and Pete Dunne went out and killed it. This was hands down the match of the night. Not even close. This was hands down the best match on the entire NXT card. Pete Dunne looked awesome, and Damian Priest looked like a fucking main eventer in this match. He looked like a main eventer in this match. This was a great match. The crowd was eating up. The crowd was chanting, "Fight Forever." This was awesome. Towards the end of it, the referee gets blindside, kind of distracted a bit, and Damian Priest hits a low blow on Pete Dunne, and then hits his finisher. It's like a, I forgot what they call it. It's basically a reverse rolling cutter net breaker thing. Similar to the Crossroads. And ends up pinning him. So Damian Priest remains undefeated, but yet still a heel. A lot of people keep forgetting that. He's a heel. And he won by cheating. They could do a rematch. I would not mind a rematch, honestly. Have these two at TakeOver. I would not care. I would not mind whatsoever. So we'll see about that. But Damian Priest ends up getting a victory in an awesome, very good, great main event. So, after reviewing both AEW and NXT now, I'm going to review it. So, NXT felt more like a story-driven filler show. I would say this is definitely one of the weaker NXTs. It definitely felt like it. It felt like it was more a bunch of filler short matches rather than, oh, let's put a bunch of bigger matches on here. That's what it kind of felt like to me. Really, the only actual great match on this entire show was the Damian Priest and Pete Dunne. Keith Lee and Donovan Dijakovic, that was good, but it was definitely the weakest match bar none. And then the rest of the matches were just average or just squash matches. There wasn't really anything that groundbreaking about it. So that's my biggest gripe with NXT. It's just on this episode. I do like the fact that they did a little bit more story-based, which is good. I like a little bit more of it, though. I thought the wrestling was very basic. Nothing really that impactful for the most part. So a little bit too much filler matches that I didn't really care about. So that's the problem with that. But then, nice. So that's the kind of what was up with that. With that being said, now I gotta judge the shows. And honestly, it goes to AEW. I thought AEW was by far the better show of the week. Really, the only match that I really had that was kind of meh on was the Women's Championship match. But yeah, I thought that match was decent, but I don't think it was that great as everybody was saying it was. So when it comes to the gripes on AEW, the only gripes I have was I wish they'd do more video and interviews, which is going to be common. That's going to be always going to be a complaint. So just letting you know, unless they actually start doing it more often. But yeah, that. I thought the women's match, which was basic, nothing really anything groundbreaking. It felt off. And of course, the stupid rope breaks really almost turned me off on that main event. I'm not lying when I say that. That was stupid. But everything else I loved about it. The commentary I thought was a lot better than previous years. I thought the matches themselves were good to even great. So that was a lot of fun. And it still also tells some good stories of continuity, which is important. But then in NXT, the problems with this show is a lot of matches were either too short or kind of felt like filler matches. Nothing really impactful. And nothing really memorable in terms of matches. This was more segment and story based, which is good. That's a good thing. They're starting to utilize more stories, more characters, more promo time, which is what we need to be doing more. But at the same time, when it comes to wrestling, it just felt like, okay, we're just gonna have a couple good to great matches, and the rest of it's just going to be filler. We're just going to focus on backstage and storytelling stuff like that. It's like you can do storytelling and interviews and still have awesome matches and awesome wrestling. It ain't impossible. So that's my gripe with that. So honestly, I just thought AEW was better. Man, definitely just in terms of match quality mainly. It was mainly the match quality for that. So AEW would probably give it 8 out of 10. I think that show was an 8 out of 10. Again, there was some gripes with it, but again, let's see if they could fix them. And then of course NXT, I give it NXT maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10. Again, I didn't think NXT was a bad show, but it definitely felt more like a filler show rather than a full-blown like, oh, we're actually gonna try to put on an amazing wrestling show. It felt more story driven, just a little filler matches into it. Not saying that's a bad thing, but you know, I want to see a lot of wrestling too. I don't want to just see few filler matches. I want to see more wrestling based and more impactful. But Daniel Priest and Pete Dunne was easily the main event of the week, but a match of the night for NXT. But AEW, I just thought was more fun. So, under that, comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. Which you guys think was the better show, AEW or NXT this week? And if so, tell me why in the comments down below. I'll see you guys next week for episode 4 for AEW. So, other than that, take care, my peeps. See you guys next time.